So that very unceremonious, super hacked up, me on the guitar, my handiwork doing some little fancy shooting there, some little trick shooting. There's actually if you watch that clip, you can see at one point my hand does actually come in and out of the frame on the very. I made that years and years ago in my childhood room as the introduction for the very first official episode ever of Mindless Entertainment, which is still on the channel if you want to just, go all the way back or reverse order on the video tab and watch. But that's not what we're here for today. We're here for the Matriarchy. So it is me, the God Empress Jessie Mousestone, joined, of course, by Anna, that Star Wars girl.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
We got shit to talk about today. So much stuff has happened since last week. You wouldn't think that things would happen, and then they did, and then just more things happened. So, geez.
And then they did.
Hey, there's my voice.
Sorry, that was my fault. Yeah, and then they did, and then they happened, and I feel like we should start with the stupidest thing first. The stupidest thing that happened that is remotely relevant to our world is what Brie Larson posted on YouTube in the past week. You used to be surprised. There have been a lot of stupid things, but of all the stupid things, the most irrelevant bullshit one is Brie Larson decided to make a video in which she DIYs her 100,000 subscriber plaque for YouTube. This is terrible for so many reasons. So apparently this video is her. I haven't watched it because why? But apparently this video is she got her plaque. So she's going to turn it into arts and crafts project and decorate and make it all special. Like the unicorn star in real life. Because oh my God, Brie Larson is like so authentic and artistic.
Oh my God. Remember when we watched that and you and I were both like, what is the purpose of this fucking movie? It's that you can give up on your dreams for your boyfriend.
Give up on your dreams for the first vaguely cute guy you like. Jesus fucking Christ. So apparently she's claiming her dreams now of being a YouTuber, because totally, what do you do when you have it all by the age of fucking 20 I guess you just learn how to be a regular person after that. Well, you're doing a fuck awful job of that, Brie, because regular people don't get let's just see, don't get their fucking 100K subscriber plaque after their let's see what. Oh, good for you. You've made like 30 whole videos now or something.
Which she didn't make. She has a whole team that edit and put together and script these videos. You want to share my screen?
Absolutely. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so as you can see, this big YouTuber that really worked and put a lot of time, energy, and effort and heart into her videos, she got her plaque. And which she's super happy about. YouTube sent her the official YouTube. You got 100,000 subscribers because she totally earned it.
100%.
And so she talks about it and getting her plaque and how she's going to make this frame and just do arts and crafts with her plaque and make
you got my glue sticks and my markers. It's going to be so pretty. Oh my God, look, it's like art, but me. So here's the problem and why this is terrible.
So she just did a floating frame of it, but it's like, you really earned this, Brie. Congratulations. You got verified instantaneously on, on the YouTube. I had to wait a week for my verification to go through but I applied immediately once I was able to, and it took a week. I mean, for us to get monetized took like over 8 months.
Yeah, it took me 6 months to get monetized. It took me 6 months to get monetized. I was shadow banned for all of last year. It seems like the algorithm is easing up on me, so maybe we'll actually start bothering to make content again. And it's rough. And the thing is, I'm fairly certain people have probably died for that plaque. I'm fairly certain people have ended their lives in pursuit of that plaque and at the desperate, abysmal failure of, I don't know, losing, not achieving that goal, whatever it is, having that goal stream slip away from them. I'm sure people have, suffered brutal emotional anguish. I think it's stupid to care that much about something like that. But
there's been a few YouTubers that, you know, got successful and were able to break 100,000 subscribers, and then they committed suicide just because of the pressure and then not being able to deal with, you know, actual issues in real life and, you know, balance that, and constantly having to fight the algorithm. It's not like where you go to a regular 9 to 5 job and it's all set in stone and you get a paycheck at the end of it. It's like, no, you're constantly fighting this thing.
Also, there's a framework for celebrities. The celebrities have been a thing for you know, for ages. There's a framework for how celebrities deal with life. They're psychologists trained for that shit and whatnot. The early pioneers of YouTube were undergoing something that no one else had gone, which was this dual status as a completely private citizen and also a easily visibly recognizable celebrity, in some cases household names, and the complications of having all the same pressures of that level of notoriety without any of the support or the accolades that go along with being a celebrity and the protection that go along with being a celebrity, and
the benefits, like getting your YouTube channel immediately monetized and verified,
exactly. Having things like legal recourse when people try to shut your work down. And so for something that people is their life and livelihood, I don't care if Brie Larson wants to come and have her channel and do whatever the fuck she wants. That is fine. I don't give a shit if celebrities want to have YouTube channels. I'm not trying to sit here and say we corner the market. Only we're allowed to have channels and shit like that.
She can do whatever she wants with her life and platform, you know.
But understand how it reads when you want to hold up something like it's a fucking toy that people have you know, made the pinnacle of their very existence. Have a little perspective, even if you don't agree with that you know, people valuing that much or whatever. Have the intelligence and perspective to understand what other people have gone through to get that, and how your flippancy about it and just holding it up at all is incredibly off-putting, given how little you worked to actually earn that.
Yeah, you know, it just, well, at least it's showing, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Or I'm not. Or I am. It's right there. Okay. I don't think I am. Okay. Sneeze averted. But it's like there are actual celebrities that have been doing YouTube for years and only are just now breaking 100,000 subscribers. We talked about this a little bit off air when we were going over the topics for today. Katie Sackhoff, who, you know, star from Battlestar Galactica, now is in The Mandalorian. She only recently broke 100,000 subscribers, and she does YouTube on her own. She makes videos. There's one video where she talks about the different type of body types, that how she actually physically changes her body and gets in shape for different characters that she plays. That video took her months to make, and she didn't have a team editing it and making the thumbnails and producing all this content. She does it on her own, and it took her years to break 100,000 subscribers because she doesn't have an entire team that's calling up YouTube saying, hey, can you put my video on trending? Which I'm pretty sure if she wanted to, she could get into the contact with people, but she doesn't. She actually works at things.
Yeah.
And so it's, when you hold up something like that, it's like you didn't earn it. I mean, by all, more the merrier, you know, make as many videos as you want. But I mean, you can see the lack there of popularity is because, I mean, for somebody that's been on YouTube for months now and, oh, she's the bestest ever. She was in $1 billion, you know, movie. She hasn't even been able to beat, you know, Critical Drinker at subs. So ironic, huh? She's not as popular as everyone might. Because if Henry Cavill decided to do a video or a YouTube channel and all he did was fix computers, he would break 1 million subs in a week, you know?
Yeah.
My bias.
Oh, honestly, he would break 1 million subs in a week, and half of those accounts would be ones you made just to follow him.
I need to make sure I get my notifications.
Exactly. But I mean, I think it is also telling. Apparently, I'm not the only one who finds this video off-putting because it has, you know, significantly fewer views than all other ones, the past 5 before it. And I don't know. Let me see what's her like to dislike ratio on it. Let's get a sense if people care at all. It's honestly it's higher than you would want to see for a dislike ratio. It's a full. What is that?
Well, the thing is, it's like if you go look at the beginning of her channel and how her numbers were then as compared to now, people.
Her drop off is significant.
people do not care. And that's the thing. It's like you can only buy subs or, you know, buy this kind of fame for so long. It's not like what Jack Black, what he was on a camera phone and he's like, no, it's really me. And he had like 2 million subs like instantly on Twitch, I think, or something, because he was just playing games with his kids.
He's on YouTube. He
on
does
YouTube.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he's just like on his phone. He's like, no, it's really me, guys. And
he just walks around his house. He shoots like himself, like heating up stuff in the microwave to then go play video games with his kids or watch movies with his kids. It's cute.
Like, it would feel more real if it was just her filming on her phone and saying, oh, yeah, this is me in everyday life, as compared to having a whole team doing all of the shit, trying to market her as this thing, when it's so disingenuous and people can see right through that, which is why there's such a significant drop off. I mean, she's going to keep doing what she's doing. If I was her or her publicist, I would see how embarrassing this is for her brand and stop. You know,
I mean, I think that, you know, 3 celebrities that come to mind who are on YouTube, who have operated under 3 very different models, are 2 of which we've already named, Katie Sackhoff, Jack Black, and The Rock. And they all use YouTube very differently.
The Rock has a YouTube channel?
Yeah, and it's all pretty much like it's wrestling promos and stuff like that.
So I didn't know that.
So The Rock has a YouTube channel, and it's pretty much a secondary form of marketing for his brand. Cool. That's a really smart way for a celebrity to use the YouTube channel. Jack Black has a YouTube channel where he shoots in his home with his camera, with his kids. It's a slice of life. Hey, I'm just regular guy, you know, just shooting on my phone, you know, not trying to add or take away from the rest of the work he does. Just a fun, hey, you want to see a little bit of my life? Here it is. Cool. We love it. Great. Wonderful way for a celebrity to use that tool. Katie Sackhoff. Let me put some time and energy and effort into actually building a channel where I'm using my expertise and knowledge of the film industry and my work in it to talk about things that matter to me, building like a real YouTube channel, but still not pretending to be a YouTuber, owning who she is and her work in the movies and the industry and all that shit.
Well, Katie Sackhoff, her content it's so informative. She's like, look, there's only like 5 pounds difference between this body type and this body type, and this is the amount of work that goes into creating this. It's so, if you want to be an actor or an actress and you want to, like, especially because obviously she's an actress, how to have your body type be a certain way for different roles that you're playing, it's super informative and very in-depth. And I mean, I'm not, you know, interested in, or, you know, I'm not an actress. I'm never going to be an actress, but watching that and just learning about all the work that she did for each character that she plays, it's so fucking fascinating, you know?
I love hearing about that stuff, but it's like, she's producing videos with a mind for YouTube, but with the acknowledgement that she is still a celebrity producing the type of content she wants to make, but that will be interesting to her fans. As opposed to when Brie Larson talks about the shares in the movies, taking online quizzes about myself, being flexible in 2021. I made a song for your hopes for 2020. Oh my God. I don't want to click on that,
fake,
but I kind of do. And then let's see, guessing lines from characters I've played.
This seems very much self-centered.
How much more self-absorbed do you get than guessing lines from the characters that I have played? Who the fuck do you think you are? If you're someone with like a real body of work, if you're someone who's been in like a million movies, if you're Tom fucking Cruise playing, okay, guess the movie or whatever, something like that.
But even then, Tom Cruise is professional if he would know exactly what character and what movie it was in.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to go, I don't know when I did this. He actually gives a shit about the work he does.
Sir Patrick Stewart is in his late 80s, and is he in his late 80s or early? Or am I getting him with?
It's got to be in his 80s.
Ian McKellen.
They're about this. They're close to the same age.
Yeah, you asked, like, tell me this line from this character in Shakespeare in The Tempest, and they will know it. Like, those guys are classically trained actors, and they love Shakespeare. You ask them for a damn line from a damn character in Act 2, Scene 3, Macbeth. They'll know it. They will.
And they'll be able to tell you where they performed it on stage and who their co-stars were when they did it.
And know what the other lines are that follow and
exactly. Hell, I mean, I still know the third, which is monologue from Macbeth, and I performed that shit when I was fucking in the 7th grade.
I mean, I was in high school and I had to play Juliet. I can still remember the opening lines, you know, in Verona, you know?
Exactly. But I mean, it's the lack of it's that. It's like if Brie Larson wants to learn how to get in touch with people, Brie Larson needs to get out of her little bubble, go out somewhere in the world where people don't know who she is and don't recognize her, and frankly, don't give a shit even if they do, and live there for a while, just helping people who really fucking need it. Not, oh, sending little girls to go see your movie, but actually getting your hands dirty, building something for people who don't have it, giving something to people who can't get it another way, seeing people who don't have the things you have and putting yourself in an opportunity to give them as much as you can and be confronted with how you can give everything you have and it still won't be enough. When you're confronted with that true human reality and really get to stare your own privilege in the face that much. When people talk about privilege, they can shut the fuck up about race privilege, this and that. Wealth privilege is where privilege really lies. And when that's what privilege is. And when you really want to shake that privilege and learn how to be like everyone else, then exactly that. You have to understand and really understand what it means to not have the things you have. And if you can't do that, you will never be able to connect with anyone who has less than you.
Well said. Well, that was our talk on Brie Larson. Jesse, do you want to talk about Star Wars? Or?
Yeah, bitch. I do, because Brie Larson doesn't need any more of my time. I do, because I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I thought we were in a society that had realized the dangers of, white imperialism and the evils of monolithic governments branching out into societies and taking over them. I thought we were all pretty agreed that the whole Banana Republic shit was kind of messed up. Banana Republic. That sounds like something else. What does that remind you of? Banana?
A clothing store?
What about High Republic?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is funny to me taking that moment to realize, wait a second, the High Republic takes place in the heydays of the Republic, the same Republic that became the Empire. Palpatine didn't swoop in from anywhere else and, kick the door in. He's not Kylo Wine Baby Ren. He's a guy who rose up as a senator and got enough power to take power and then dissolve the Senate, a la ancient Rome. Ancient Rome, that giant nation of people who conquered most of the free world and turned it into the not free world unless you were Roman. And then you got the Brits who did it all that time later. And I thought we were all pretty agreed that trying to take over the world is a messed up thing. The last person who made a serious bid at world domination did some pretty messed up things on that front as well, Adolf Hitler. And so I thought we're pretty all on the same page about, supporting monolithic governments on quest for world domination is generally a bad thing. But here we are enjoying the golden age of the Republic. The Republic, which presumably should be the emblem of true evil in the galaxy. And yet they're the good guys. And yet they're the good guys.
Well, it's funny because one of the things that they are trying to market, I've done some videos on this. I know I was kind of some people don't want to ruin their brains with it. So I'm taking one for the team and I'm paying attention to this stuff because it's so out of touch, the things that they're trying to market. Okay, their villains are plants that have Sith roots that are basically a rip-off of the Borg and other things within sci-fi. And it's okay, even though that they said, because this only takes place 200-300 years before the Phantom Menace, and they specifically say the Sith have been extinct for a millennia, even though we already know that they've been hiding and whatnot, and so they are not going to have contact with the fucking Jedi. But there's these magical Borg Sith plants with their Sith roots that are all connected in one mind, kind of like the fucking Borg. And then there are space pirates called the Nile. And one of the things that I find interesting, because they did this whole show and live stream talking about these characters, right? They're so bad. They don't have a code of honor. Anything that you think the bad guys are going to do, they're worse. And I'm like, so kind of like the Emperor shooting, creating a Death Star that's going to destroy planets and not even blink an eyelash at all the lives. Okay. Kind of like not like Jabba the Hutt, who has a slave chick that he wants to see dance, but then the second he gets irritated with her, he watches her get eaten by a rancor. Oh, you mean people with no morals? Oh, kind of like that's always been a thing in Star Wars, but no, these are worse. But then they specifically say in their little animatic promo, oh, well, the Republic is branching into the Outer Rim and they encroach on their territory. I'm like, so these bad guys are in their own territory and then you come into their territory and then they attack you?
Wait. So this story is just Firefly told from the perspective of the Allies, who are the bad guys. Like the Alliance are the bad guys in Firefly. The Alliance is the evil empire. The Alliance is the evil empire, and that's the whole thing. Oh, the Alliance is branching out further and further each year, pushing into the Outer Rims, coming into our land. They're the ones who settled these planets, dumped us all off here with no rules, no governance, no whatever, and now they're trying to come in and tell us how to run our lives and take our shit away and all that stuff. That's just Firefly, but you're trying to make the fucking bad guys the good guys. So we've hit on the pure irony of taking the actual fucking bad guys and trying to make them the good guys. Beyond that, they're taking the like how I'm trying to say this. This is not the crowd you would expect to go ham on the evil empire, you know? Like, this is the crowd that fights the patriarchy and the evil bad this and that. But now you're all for imperialization. You're all for expanding. You're all for telling these ruffians why they're doing things. So you're all for going into this other part of the galaxy to find people who do things different from you, who look different from you, are a different species from you.
Well, encroaching on their land too. That's another thing. It's like they're saying, oh, there's all of these settlers moving out to the Outer Rim and they're going beyond, their borders. And that's why they have Starlight Beacon, which is a ripoff of, the Justice League. But so they're going into these planets and these systems, and yes, there's space pirates called the Nile that are the big bad. They alert you by shooting poison gas at you to scare you and then kill you. I'm like, so bad guys that let you know they're coming. That's fucking smart. They're describing they're anarchist, but they have a chain of command and they have a system of how they do things. I'm like, that's
no, they don't. That is incorrect. If they are anarchists, the entire point is that they're all just doing whatever.
Well, that's the thing. They don't know what anarchist is. They just use that word to describe them. But
they want
they're just against they're against the Republic. That's not an anarchist. That's just a different.
Sounds like you're probably just anti-establishment because your establishment fucking sucks. But here's this to me though. Hey, it's what they did to us in Star Wars. A bunch of people who were not nerds, who didn't give a shit about this. I don't think Justina Ireland fucking cared about Star Wars before she got paid to write a book. And want to come into our property, tell us why we are wrong for the way we like it, and tell us to fuck off, go away. They're going to change it all, and if we resist them, they're going to kill us. Thank you for this beautiful allegory of exactly what you did to the Star Wars property. And here's the thing, and the really fucked up part is the buck does not stop here, and the reason why we always keep talking about this stuff is this is not just about our stories and our media and our stuff getting bad and polluted. This is about people trying to forcibly insert a dangerous narrative, a dangerous rhetoric into our society today. I cannot stress enough how dangerous this is. People are like, you're just exaggerating, you're this, you're just afraid of this, you're concerned. I'm not. That's the whole point, is that's not where this is coming from. Sith Corp, I am 100% sober, and I'm saying this 100% clearly because it needs to be said and reiterated because it is true. I went to school in a 100% liberal camp. There was one conservative girl at the entire school, and it wasn't me. And I watched people. Now, I went to a school. We were 45 minutes from Albany. We were in Vermont, but Albany, capital New York, and a lot of the students were from New York. So if they really wanted to go make change in the government, you had the capital of New York is right there. The capital of Vermont, 2 hours to the north of us. You had a local politician who, by the way, was, I think, Vermont's first openly gay politician, who was very active in the community and had his door open for, was down in the community all the time, always had his door open for student involvement, was always on campus. You had tons of opportunities. We had a program called Dream, unrelated to the immigration one, about subsidized housing and a lot of drug use in the community, a lot of kids with absentee or abusive parents, and the school had the college had a program for kids to come in, for students to come in and basically big brother, big sister these kids. And so you had all of these areas of need in the community, and a college that was very on board with fostering community outreach, community growth, things like that. And what you had instead is people who wanted to stay on campus, and they wanted to bitch at the administration, and they wanted to bitch at their fellow students about how we just weren't woke enough. We just weren't, bowing to their pronouns, bowing to their language. And these were teachers who are fucking trying to. I went to a class one day, a teacher, someone who had transitioned. Now, this teacher had taught this student for years. This person was transitioning from female to male just over the past month or so, and this teacher had taught the student for 2 years or more than we might even fucking seniors at the time, and the student was not even fucking present, and the teacher misgendered her, so her girlfriend had a fucking aneurysm about it, and the teacher was immediately apologetic, whoops, I didn't mean to, I'm so sorry. And the fucking girlfriend, I'm so sick of it, wanted to get on her goddamn high horse and tear the teacher a new one. And so I'm there now. Everyone talks about all the college campus about toxic, and the teachers are, just teaching all this woke crap and this. I was there when the teachers were being the very beginning of the teachers being terrorized by this. And then over the next 5 years, pretty much from when I graduated, you heard this in the news constantly. You heard a couple of teachers, a couple, husband and wife, who got fired from a campus because they were against. It was a co-ed campus, a residential campus that decided to have an all-women's day, a women's only day, a safe day on campus where the men were not allowed to attend. The men who all equally pay their tuition to go to live at this, to go to the school, to attend the school. And so these teachers who were perfectly leftist liberals said, that's too far. That's not acceptable. It is not right to exclude a group of people who have done nothing wrong just, to try to make another group feel okay.
Just because you're sexist and you don't want men.
Exactly. Yeah. So those teachers got fired. All the teachers who were not with this shit got fired. Or had to bend the knee because they were scared of losing their jobs. Because left and right, you had students going to the administration now complaining about hate crimes for my teacher, hate crimes for my teacher, hate crimes for my teacher. And so teachers got put on notice and fired left and right. I saw this shit happen too, because after I graduated, my sister was in college for the next couple of years. We were hearing constant stories about these things happening on college campuses. And so you had this basic takeover, this ideological takeover. And I said, these people are in for a rude awakening when they get out into society. Joke's on me. They got out into society and fucking took over and are brainwashing everyone whose ear they can bend for long enough to put this shit in their heads. So when you see the High Republic come out with books for young adults and children that want to teach you about how the one monolithic, single, unified governing body that all thinks one thing has the absolute right and authority to go around and tell anyone who looks, acts, and thinks differently from them that they have to bend the knee and they have to think the right way and they have to assimilate and do the things you want to do the way you want them to do them, that should fucking terrify you, because that is indoctrination at the basic level. That is what is happening. People want to indoctrinate anyone they can into believing this bullshit, not because they want justice or anything like that, because if everyone believes this, then they can scam the system and get everything they want without having to do a single bit of work or self-reflection on the way.
Whew. Yeah, good little rant there. Well, honestly, I think, okay, they have a woman, Claudia Gray. She's on this High Republic thing, which is one of the reasons why I think we have the Borg plant. But she's a Trekkie. They said, may the force be with you. She threw up the live long and prosper, But from all the research I've done on her, she seems to be a really nice person. When I watch interviews of her talking about what it is writing books, she's like, you need to read. She gives really good advice on that. And then on her Instagram, it's private. And so if you follow her, she's very responsive to fans, and she talks to people. Mm. I think someone said that there was a little bit of controversy around her. I haven't seen it. Somebody told me that there was, and I'm like, well, if you send me the information, then I can look at it, but it was never sent to me. So if that does exist, I'm more than happy to look at it. But, so one of the things that they do right in Star Trek, I feel, is that, you have the United Federation of Planets, and they don't let everyone in the United Federation of Planets. You have to pass all of these, requirements, that's one of the reasons why Bajor isn't in, it's not in the Federation. But Bajor wants, to come into the Federation, but they're not going to approve them because they're still dealing with the after effects of being occupied by the Cardassians. So there's all of these things that come into playing with it. But what they're doing in Star Wars now, which I think George handled well, was, because when we have the Empire, they're evil. They're going to take over whatever the fuck that they want. And then you have the prequels where there is the Republic, but then they're dealing with the Separatists because the Separatists don't believe what's going on, because you have Palpatine that's playing them against each other. And as you get further and further, and even if you watch the Clone Wars, and you can even in Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin and Padme are talking, and she's like, what if the government is like the very thing we've been fighting? Because she's starting to see that Palpatine is evil. And he's like, you're sounding like a separatist. And she's like, but I'm realizing that, the thing that we're fighting is actually the problem. And Padme starts to see that. But of course, because of Anakin, her even going out of her way to ask Anakin, like, you can talk to the Emperor, or, you can talk to Palpatine. And Anakin's like, don't ask me to do that. But I mean, she's seeing that there's stuff wrong, but obviously she's blinded by the fact that she's in love and she's going to have a baby and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the things with this now, it's like, okay, well, you're in the High Republic, but so you guys are branching out into the Outer Rim and into other systems. Well, it's like, well, what if there's another form of government that's on that side of the galaxy? Like the Chiss. The Chiss have their own basically empire on the other side of the galaxy, which is where Thrawn is from. And you find out that Thrawn's still reporting back to them and stuff. And that's where you have, I'm blanking on her name. It's kind of weird. But she's like the one that Thrawn sends his little companion guy back to, and he reports all of this back to the Chiss. And so it's a huge galaxy, not just the ones that are in the Republic or, in the Empire later are in this. And so it's like they could be going into the Outer Rim to colonize it, but there's already people that are there. I mean, just look at our own history. Look at, let's go colonize, the new world, the Americas, and let's take over this land that belonged to other people. That's kind of what they're doing, but they're showing that, like, oh, the people that are defending themselves are the bad guys, even though they're encroaching on their territory. I'm like, if you didn't go out into their land, you wouldn't be dealing with characters like the Nile, which are stupid to begin with. But
well, here's an interesting thing, an interesting thought. It is very interesting that you have a lot of, so it feels like we're moving into phase 2 of the social justice takeover, right? It feels like phase 1 of the social justice takeover was introducing wokeness into the general population, introducing the idea that there is a right way and a wrong way to think about race, morality, etc. And if you're white, you're doing it the wrong way unless you're taught to do it the right way. This was the idea that they wanted to introduce. So that concept has spread pretty rampantly. And now it's this weird consolidation where you really got, it's like we had cancel culture was kind of last phase still of, oh, everything's blowing up now. And then it's mellowed out. Canceling hasn't gone away. It's just become casual. We've become numb to it. Oh yes, who's getting canceled today? It's become regular. And so that's now it's the normalization of these attitudes, the normalization of canceling people, which leads to the normalization of bullying them off of social media, which leads to the normalization of completely othering certain people and allowing for completely disparate treatment among equals, among, one Star Wars actress, not even equals, by the way, because one Star Wars actress in your flagship money-making show and an author who writes books. And you're going to treat these people differently. And specifically, you're going to treat the one who writes your books lesser than the one who is partially responsible for the reason that your fucking company's still afloat. So but we're all supposed to be okay with this. We're all supposed to be okay with Star Wars saying they stand with whoever they want to and then leaving John Boyega off the poster. We're all supposed to just we have been told who our moral authorities are, and we're expected to listen to whatever they say and not question it. Not question whether it's right or wrong, not question whether it's good or bad, not question whether there could be two sides to the story, just accept it. And the High Republic is a great reflection of that next phase of just accept it. Yeah, we are the ones in power now. We are the ones in charge. We are the good guys. Don't worry. Don't question it. Just believe us. Just trust us. Now, if that sounds unsettling to you, good. Continue to munch on that. Continue to think about that. Also, hello to some of our beautiful friends in the chat. I saw we have Jedi Bunny, and I saw we did have Drunk 3PO. We got a super chat in there from him as well. So let's pull up a few of those super chats. I'll wait till Anna gets back on here, since that one really is able to rejoin us, since that one really is for her. But since she is taking momentary respite, I will take that opportunity to super chat it up. We had L Punk Trace. Thank you for the $1 super chat from the beginning of the stream. No message because it's just a pretty blue one. Oh wait, nope. I did get a sticker. Yes, there. Just the new and improved YouTube studio doesn't actually show you the entire window that you want to see when you're trying to read your super chats. So it tells you how new and effing improved it is. There we are. Sleepy face. So L Punk Trace, thank you for the super chat. I guess you fell asleep waiting for us to start. Bobby James, thank you to being monetized. Cheers. Man, I cheers myself for that every day because goddamn. It's a fucking struggle and I'm proud of myself for it every goddamn day. And you know what? I don't care how much less money I make off of YouTube than Brie Larson does. Honestly, she probably makes about the same. Probably makes more. No, their videos. She probably makes more than I do in a month making her bullshit videos. A few times. Actually, probably not. If all she's doing is that with the ad.
You can just go and check. I'll check Social Blade, but
Social Blade is wildly inaccurate when it comes to revenue.
It is, but it'll just give us a base value.
Because I have people coming to me being like, "Bitch, what do you know? You make $2,000 a year," and I'm like, "You says who? Says Social Blade." I'm like, you could check my financial records if you want and find out that you're wrong and retarded, but or you could keep insisting that you're right. It's whatever. But I'm proud of every dollar that I make.
According to this, she has made $42,000 overall.
That's bullshit.
That's just with that she's only done 26 videos. So $42,000 off of 26 videos.
And made that seems very high.
That's the highest that it estimates. Honestly, I think it probably is more because she had a video that was over a million
viewed one. Yeah, but I mean, you'd know better than I what that got.
Well, was instantly monetized. So she didn't have to wait for monetization.
That's true. Well, every single one of her big hit videos.
And so it was on trending. So I guarantee you, she the 10 mil or the million video. I guarantee you that was easily $10,000.
That's fair. And then she could have cobbled the rest.
So for people, if you want to really know, then if you see a video that's a million views, if they monetize it correctly, and if you get a million really fast, because if it's like a million but over a span of years, you're not going to make that much. But if it's like if you get a million in one day, that's usually about $10,000. So when you see like PewDiePie coming out with a video, that's why he makes so much money. But just think that I think that's the best way to grasp it. If you make a million views in like a day or 2 days, I think that's easily $10,000 US dollars. I don't know about other places.
And also just to give people a sense of like how like YouTube, it doesn't scale. It's an exponential scale when you go up with your views, especially when Anna said when they're hitting quickly, it's an exponential scale for the ad revenue as well. Like you make a certain amount per view up to 100,000 views. After 100,000 views, the number you make per view goes up, and there's a bunch of thresholds. I don't know what they are beyond 100,000.
Well, also it depends on your subscriber count too, I believe.
True, because over 100,000 subscribers, and then there's 100,000 subscribers and 1 million subscribers and 10 million subscribers are their thresholds for how they treat you in the partner program as well. Mm-hmm. And then so it goes up scale to how the video does, and it goes up scale to how many subscribers you have, which by the way, I think is all a load of horseshit. Creators should get rewarded for the work they do, plain and simple. You shouldn't get to just rest on your laurels because you have a big following from some other reason or whatever. YouTube is a working site where you create content. We're all expected to do it. We all do it. I don't perks when you go up, when you move up, of course.
They also put her videos on trending that will get you a lot of views fast, and that's the thing.
Quickly, and it bumps.
It's about how fast your videos get views. And I mean, I can go down this whole rabbit hole on trying to explain how the monetization works per video, and it does a lot of the time have to do with individual circumstances. But with her, if you get a lot of views fast, you're going to get paid more as compared to, oh, you put out a video and then, you know, over a long period of time, it gets all these views, and you know, you're not going to make as much money as compared to the initial, this is popular right now once it comes out.
Exactly. But yeah, so fuck that bitch. Where was we? Oh, Matt Deckard says, when will Disney realize that we need a Grogu live cam? When they hear Anna do that, maybe.
I paid him money.
That would actually be a really cute thing if they did something like that. Just a little.
I'm telling you, just do, if you ever watch Too Cute on Animal Planet with the little baby puppies or the kittens, and they're just walking around like, oh, look, this one learned how to walk. This one's walking away from all of the rest of them, and it got off the blanket. Oh, it fell off the blanket. But so if you ever watch Too Cute, that is, I mean, it's called Too Cute for a reason. Just have Baby Yoda doing that shit, and people will fucking watch that.
Straight all day long.
If they do that with just Ewoks, like little baby Ewoks, and it's called Too Cute Ewok Edition, and it's them walking around, they have little, like, I don't know, little shrines to C-3PO.
That would be amazing. Oh god.
We're gonna go worship C-3PO today because he's a god. I thought that shit was funny. They think he's a god.
I always love to quote. That's a quote I've used in my daily life. It is against my programming to impersonate a deity. I just like that line. It's a good line. Marcos A says, Anna found you through Midnight's Edge, and Jess found you through Popcorn Planet. Salute you both. Love your channels. Thank you, Marcos A. Well, we love those guys too. And actually, Andy Signor is going to be on my live stream a week from next Tuesday. So we put on last night. So much fun with Chris Gore last night. Well, Andy's Ignore on in a couple of weeks. I have to figure out what next show is going to be. Anna, do you want to be one of my special guests?
For what?
Just my regular Tuesday live stream.
What time?
It's the after High Council.
If I'm awake.
Cool.
My sleep schedule's been fucked up. I've been going to bed really early.
Early is good. Well, then
I slept through a Jack show. I missed a Jack show because I went to bed so early. Even Peaches, he's like, babe, you have Jack show. And I'm like, I'm fucking sleeping.
Oh, God. That's amazing. And you cannot be roused. That's why, like, when you crashed out a couple weeks ago on the stream, I was like, and we're just going to end this. And I'm not going to try to get a hold of her. Like, once we ended it afterwards and, like, you were going back out backstage, I was like, I'm just going to say goodnight and bye. And she's gone.
I was fucking out.
There's no rousing the dead.
That's one thing. When I can sleep through atomic bombs.
Drunk 3PO says, damn, look who got their hair did.
Thank you. I did. Yeah. They cut off, 5 or 6 inches of my hair, guys. I went and got it here. So my hair was like right here. They cut it. They cut it and they did it. So it doesn't look like this black blob around me when I'm filming my videos. You can see. So my hair is all healthy and it's done.
It looks incredible. It was really, really great.
I looked at myself in the mirror when I came home after, being with the salon studio lighting. And so I was, washing my hands and I look up and I'm like, oh my God, I look like a grown up.
For the first time ever, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't look like a kid anymore. I do. I look like a grown up. It's weird, but
I realize that I just always look like a teenager, no matter what. Like, I don't look like I'm as old as a teenager. I just look like a teenager. And that's my look and I'm comfortable with it. I cut my own hair last week. Thanks for noticing, Drunk. I did on my Live It stream. It was traumatic, but it turned out, it's still here. It's still attached to my head. It actually, it's had almost a week to grow out now and it looks pretty damn good, I think.
Yeah.
From the front anyway. The back is not a disaster. But Jeffrey Turner said, I had 512 and after a stream lost one. Algorithm dumb. Bro, don't even start. All of last year, every time I live streamed, when I was done live streaming, I lost minimum 10 subscribers. Over the course of the live stream, And it wasn't people unsubscribing. It was YouTube would rob me of 10 subscribers every time I streamed just because they fucking hated me. When I put out a new video, subscribers would go down. Anything I did. So basically my subscribers numbers trickled down slowly during the course of all of last year. Anything I did, putting out a video, doing a live stream, whatever, cost me more subs. It's like buying a fucking Val on Wheel of Fortune. So let me put it this way. I empathize with everybody's YouTube struggles, but I do not sympathize because, bitch, I have been down that road and probably worse. So that's how I put it. Of course I sympathize. I know how shitty it is to, deal with the fluctuations that are not even due to you at all. So, YouTube is just bullshit. YouTube is bullshit. That's why I'm on Live It. But you should all go there. You should follow me. D. James Baker was there. That's why he wrote Living Dead Girl in the chat, because I actually karaoke Living Dead Girl on my Live It stream, because Live It won't shut you down for playing songs like that, for playing just background tracks for your, amazing vocal talents. So I did Living Dead Girl. And it's turns out that's the thing I can sing. Tells about Live It, says, well, just briefly, because we do have and yes, that is a cat on my lap. Greg, it's Jane is on my lap. Jane is on my lap. So Live It's an app-based streaming platform. It's all mobile. I don't have a link for it. It's the one problem is it's all mobile. So here, let me pull one. Actually, I can get you one. Let me pull one off of my Twitter somewhere. Because I can't just they don't have a fucking website that I can just go to. I'm like, that's stupid. Unless they do, and I just can't find it because their search algorithm is that bad in the U.S. right now. I don't know how it is in other countries. They are purportedly a top streaming site in Japan. They do have a lot of international users on the platform. A lot of users in the Philippines too. But where is this damn thing? But here it is. Okay, let's see what happens when I click on it. Actually, because that should take. Oh, so if you click on the link, it will take you to a mobile version. I think you can even sign up via the browser on that. So for those of you interested in my other platform, there is the link for Live It. Sign up, follow me. That should take you to my profile page where you can figure out how to figure out everything else.
Fancy schmancy.
Download it. Download the app. Follow me. It's awesome. The end. Speaking of merit-based platforms, that's a great one, because also you don't have to be rich to support your favorite creators on there. You can earn coins and stuff, which are basically everything comes down to these baby coins that you use to get gifts to send creators. And you can earn them by interacting with streamers on their streams and doing other things and being in streams that give away coin gifts and stuff like that. So you have all these opportunities as just a person watching to just do that. Whatchamacallit? Yeah. It's weird. It's cool. It's neat. I'm still figuring it out. Sweet Pea's representing from over there. She's my number one mindless mobster right now. We are going to go down with the mobster imagery with the mindless mob too. Also, there's ways to create leagues on Live It. I don't know if I have to be at a certain level, but whenever I can create a league, I'm going to create a league and we're going to be the mindless mobsters. We'll be the mindless mob, and y'all can be mobsters in my mob. So it's going to be great. Anyway, that's that other stuff that I'm up to. Do we have more bubbles somewhere?
Yeah.
Can I have a bubble, please? Did you brush your hair?
No.
Oh, it just looks really nice.
I shaved. That's why I look different.
Oh, I just don't know why I just didn't read it. I'm like, you brush your hair? Yeah, you fucking shaved.
Yeah,
you're clean shave.
You're sitting here looking at my face like something's different.
Something's different.
Right? That's why it was.
Something's
different.
different.
I'll help you with water, and then waiting for you to look at me. I'm like,
I clearly noticed something was different.
Now for something completely different.
You shaved. You look good.
Don't feel the same.
Yeah. I have a Jane on my lap. End of my.
Yeah, open up too.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if you hear me talk to
I'm
this.
here.
I don't know if you hear me talk to this cat all the time, but he is Jane of my soul.
Oh.
Sings the songs of my look. He just looks into your soul. He just looks right in.
Kitty cat.
Yes, and he's gigantic.
Good boy.
And I love him.
Good
So
boy.
he's the goodest. So yeah, Anna gave me giant cats. Well, a giant cat.
I'm sorry, they were little.
Don't be sorry. I love it. I joked when I got him. I was like, well, I named him Jane. He should turn out to be the biggest per the character. And he effing did. Jane, there's nothing for you over there. You come here. So Jane is a character on Live It too. He comes up in on Fridays to tell you about his life of bitch cutting and sing his soul songs for you. So Jane loves to talk to the internet. He does. Oh, Lando yesterday morning, Lando crawled into the bed under the blanket, and he does this. He just went under my arm like a little stuffed animal, and I went back to sleep for like 2 hours with him like that, and woke him up by half asleep, turning over, forgetting there's a cat under my arm. So that's my baby's Jen.
Kitty, look at him. Look at the big eyes. He looks just like his daddy.
Such wide. The funny thing is, the eye shapes themselves is really small. They're just open, completely wide all the time. So he has the funniest face because he's got these big, wide eyes with these tiny little beady eyes in his head. It's so precious. He's the funniest looking little guy, and I love him. And he's the fluffiest one too. Their coats could not be more different. Jane has the fluffiest, most luxurious coat, 4 of them, and Pancake has the most wiry, thinnest, flattest one.
I'm like, what is wrong with my damn chair? I did something. I did something. Now my thing is too far back. I don't know if you know this, Jesse. So I actually, I sit on a pillow. So this chair is lifted as high as possible. I have a stool for my legs for my feet to sit on because my feet don't touch the ground.
So just for fun in the shower today, I was like, what? Jeff was like, wow, if you were 5 inches shorter, it'd be fun. I bent down 5 inches and I was like, how can a person live like this? How could you do the world? I'd have to get a step stool to reach you.
That is really what it's like. But so my feet dangle on this chair, and so my legs kept falling asleep from dangling and being at an angle. So I was looking for a lot of, this is so embarrassing. I was looking for booster seats and then stools. And so it's just comfy to sit on pillows. So I'm just sitting on my pillows. But I went to what was it, Staples? And thank you. And I was sitting in actual office chairs, and I was like, oh my God, this is so comfy. $200, what the fuck? But I'm like, I specifically told the salesperson, I was like, do you have ones that come with ottomans or stools? And they're like, what? And I'm like, I've seen some online where they have a little thing underneath that pops out kind of like a recliner. And whatchamacallit? So this is me all the way back. My feet can't even touch my stool. But I got one that's to help your posture, so it doesn't incline with your feet, and I can't fucking reach it.
Oh my God, I love it.
I need to put my stool on a fucking another stool just so I can reach it.
Stool. It's like Neopets. Your pets had pets. Oh God, remember Neopets? That was so fun. Did you ever play Were you too young? You're probably too young for Neopets, actually.
I remember Neopets.
Oh yeah, you had that shit? Oh, I loved that. I wasted so many hours on Neopets. So many hours. I one day will have a nice ergonomic chair. When I have a place to have a chair, right now I sit on my couch. I use a husband pillow and a couch and fuzzy blankets to stay warm because it's freezing. Hang on. Another kitty sighting back yonder. Just throw a throwback into the chat with the Neopets.
I need to do a shameless plug. So everyone, I did an interview over with Shiny FX, and I warned him before. I'm like, there are a lot of people that passionately hate me, and he's kind of getting hit with those people. And I told him, I was like, I have these people blocked. You might not, and you probably aren't going to be aware of them, but just be aware. So this is, do you want to share my screen?
Yeah, I posted the links in the chat too. I just posted that in the chat.
Okay, cool. So Jesse put the link there. So this is the interview. Shiny does, he does all this. So he did a lot of work editing and making it look cool. I'm in a Star Wars cantina and on a screen talking to him. So this interview is about 2.5 hours long. But if you have time, go leave him a comment, go watch it, go, smash the like button, because he's getting hit by my psycho stalkers. And I mean, if you want to, if you want to hear the whole thing, go ahead and listen to it. But I mean, a lot of people that are familiar with my channel, my content, the questions that he asked me, you'll probably already know the answers to. But go give him some love because he wanted to do something nice and to interview me, and he's getting hit by my stalkers. So if you guys want to go show him some support, that would be wonderful. And you can see me do an interview. And of course, Drunk 3PO is there, everyone. See, Drunk's right behind me. So Drunk makes an appearance.
Nice.
I just wanted to share that.
Awesome. I love that. And I love that that's, with Anna, everyone 100% go out, show those guys some love, show those guys some support. We are the last defense against the crazy. Only by, and that's the whole thing. We don't defend ourselves against them by fighting against them or telling them why they're wrong or engaging. The only way we beat them is by throwing our support behind the things we do like. So you like Anna, you like creators who want to support Anna, then you best get your ass over there and support these other, support the things that we're doing out with other creators. Support those other creators. I'll do my shameless plug too. I'll be on the Rookie Critic stream tonight, 7:30 Pacific. So in just about 2.5 hours, I'll be over there with the Rookie Critic. So definitely check that out as well. Another great supporter of the community. But the link is in the chat for that. It's for Anna's interview with Shiny Evex. And John Malin apparently can't handle this much women in one stream. So but that's all right, John. This will take the estrogen out of it for a minute because Ninja Lawyer Steve said, sorry, Jesse, but your comment last week about how you look weird with long hair planted an evil seed in my heinous mind, hence inbox. So
I just want to Photoshop like long hair onto you just to see. Or you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to do the Reface app and I'll just use a picture of you and I'll put you on like one of the ladies that has long hair and see how it looks.
Well, be careful what you wish for. Oh
my God, what is it?
It's just
Steph's laughing. I want to see.
I'm trying. Okay, here we go.
Ninja Lawyer Steve.
Of course it is.
That dude.
He just sent me an email or a super chat informing me to check the horrors. So.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm on Earth.
So I don't remember these. Well, this was a thing. This was the magnetic drawing tool, right? So you could you use the little magnetic wand to pull up the little magnetic filaments and you could put them. So basically you took the wand and it was magnetic. It picked up these little metal filaments and you could drag them over here and, give your character a mustache or hair or whatever. So his whole thing was, we'll make a woolly Jessie. So she's bald. You can take the wand and draw any kind of hair you want on her. You could give her cornrows or Peg Bundy. Or anime, or that Star Wars girl, even Flock of Seagulls, or that's my favorite. I don't know if you guys can see this. That's what I was trying to download this so you guys can see this. So I can.
Oh my God! I'm looking at this picture of you. You're at my dad's house with the kitten.
Kitten! Oh my God!
How little they were. Look at that.
That's the very first picture of me and Jane. That big giant honker you just saw is that little tyke. The very first picture ever together.
He's so little.
That was before I had even decided to take both of them home. Let me show you my favorite one on here in case you guys didn't catch this part. There it is. Okay. So there we are again. Scott Mendelsohn has to be my favorite part of this image. The Scott Mendelsohn hair. Jeff, did you see that one?
Oh, that's
his ass.
It says yes. It's the Scott Mendelsohn style, and it's just an ass on your head.
Oh,
that's actually a good. That is Scott Mendelsohn to a T.
To a T.
I want to meet him so bad.
So thank you, Ninja Lawyer Steve, and remember, for all your ninja lawyering needs, call Steve. Magnetic bullshit. That's correct. Yes, that's magnetic bullshit.
Okay, I used one of the pictures from your Instagram for this reface. Let's see.
Oh God.
If it's good, I'll post it on Twitter.
I'm ready for it. I've seen a few. They're all horror shows. I always look horrific with long hair. Always.
I think it's just
Honestly, the best one I've seen was the Face App one that to me replicated the texture of my hair, how it would actually look long, and it looked like dog shit. My hair just it would look crappy because the thing is my hair is very, very like ridiculously fine. Like when you go to buzz like this part of my hair, so it's not shaved. People are you shaved it now. It's not shaved. It's buzzed down with one of the razors have numbers that correspond to the length that your hair is left. And
it's your face on this chick.
Oh my god, what? That does not look like me at all.
It's because it's putting your face on somebody with a different face shape.
Very different face shape. Oh, Ninja Steve says, weren't you going to email me about something? Yes, thank you for reminding me. Beth mentioned that you had mentioned things before about being a dinosaur guy. So that was what. So if you are in fact somebody who is where dinosaurs are your bent or a thing.
It's weird. This really doesn't look like you, but I used a photo of you. I'm gonna find a different photo because that one it's not working. I think honestly it has to do with the fact that you have bangs and so it doesn't
it doesn't pick up the whole shape of my face. I also think that I just have soft features because a lot of times when I've done face swap ones, my features frequently get dominated by whoever else I'm blending it with. It's my hair that seems to take over shockingly.
Okay, let's try this again. Another picture of you.
Skinny Cecil says that app could just suck. Also, there's no such thing as Skinny Cecil, so you're a lie. Go away.
Okay, this one's a little bit more, but it's still wrong. I honestly think it's because your face shape, and so okay, maybe this one will work. Let's try. Because I have a square face. So when I don't know, I feel like it fits on more things because you have an oval face.
I have a very round. I have a Polish face, so it's very round.
Yeah.
Very round.
Okay, this one's a little bit more like you. It's so weird seeing you without bangs, though.
That's just not ever gonna be my face. That's so uncomfortable. I'm so. I do not want this. Ugh. I do not want this.
I like you better with bangs.
Ugh.
It's weird to see you without bangs. Okay, let me find a. Oh, here's Marilyn Monroe. Let's see what you look like on Marilyn.
Alejandro says, "Can you give Jesse Kathleen Kennedy's hair?"
I don't think anyone should have that hair.
No, thank you. Sweet Pea says you have a heart-shaped face. It's very lovely.
No, heart-shaped faces are where it's wider at the top, and then heart shape also means you have a widow's peak. Do you have widow's peak?
I do actually. I personally do.
Yeah, but no, you have 100. You have an oval face.
You do though. Yours isn't perfectly square though. Like you have.
No, I don't. But if you go off measurements, where this ends and then up here, it does. Yeah. It's a mix between round and square, but because. My jaw is a little bit more defined. I have a square face.
I think if you had a widow's peak, it would look like a blocky heart. I think you would have a blocky heart, kind of a blocky heart shape, you know?
Yeah, I have a square face though.
Because you definitely have like that up here. It's a lot rounder and softer, but then
I'm starting to also I do have to kind of sculpt out my forehead because my hair actually connects. So you can see where somebody said I was wearing a wig. I'm like, no, I just have to nair my forehead. So I like carve out because my hair it connects to my eyebrows. So I'm a very hairy person, but I have a square shaped face. So
Sweet Pea says it's still a lovely face.
Sweet Pea is Jessie is Marilyn Monroe.
That's weird, but less weird, and for some reason, I think just because it's still shorter-ish hair. That's weird.
It's fun though. It gets addicting. It's like, oh my gosh, what does my face look on this? Oh, do you want to be Beyonce? Oh, here, I'll make you Maleficent.
Sure.
This app is so addicting. So I was doing it like with me and Peaches. And so I kept putting Peaches on like different things. But so Peaches kind of looks like Keanu Reeves and John Wick. So I kept putting, oh my God.
Let me go see if
You want to see you as Maleficent?
That one actually works surprisingly well. Stop being a bitch, Lando. Yeah, that surprisingly just works. That one shot was weird where it had her bone structure with my like eyes. That was strange.
I need to find a better one with bangs.
So here's a fun fact about just any of the face swapping ones or the melding ones, like on the face app where you can meld, or any of the ones where you can see what you two look like together. Tom Cruise has the world's most dominant features. You mix Tom Cruise with anybody and they just look like Tom Cruise. That's
really,
yes. He is ridiculously dominant features.
Here's you as Anne Hathaway.
Uncomfortable. We do not have compatible noses at all.
Face shape's a little bit more on though.
Face shapes is there, but we do not have compatible noses.
No.
And the mouth is weird too. Like her mouth
is, she has a very wide mouth.
And it's higher set. It's like set higher up. Like she's a smaller jaw area in general than me. I think there's like a bigger mouth, or maybe it's just the mouth is bigger, so there's less other like face there. You know. I don't know.
Oh my god! Now this is weird. You as a dancing TikTok chick.
Yeah, that's just strange.
So there's Jesse with super long hair, guys.
There's a reason I look the way I do, and it's because anything else just doesn't look like me anymore. I even get this when this haircut gets too long, you know, I'm like, and I cut it back. I'm like, oh, I look like myself again. I don't give a shit how anyone else thinks I look good or doesn't think I look good. That's their business, and that's what they think looks good and doesn't. I personally just, I've never had my hair past my shoulders, but when my hair gets past a certain length, I just don't feel like I look like me anymore, and I don't like the way I look. And it's, I love the hair stuff. I'm all about my hair. I'm all about my hair. It's so weird.
Look, you're talking to Han.
I see. It's magical. It's just weird. It's unsettling.
It is. Here, the chick from Twilight, the Alice she's got short hair. Let's see. See you with dark short hair. Honestly, the longer your hair is, the more you have to maintain it and stuff. And I don't see you like getting up and doing your hair. Okay, this looks a little better.
I actually thought about dyeing black at one point, but I never did.
That's more you.
See, once again, the second, it doesn't even matter what you look like. The second you put it on a shorter hair face, oh yeah, that looks right. That looks more logical now. That just makes more sense. I'm just
you look good with short hair, so I don't think you need to worry about it.
I don't mind when people ask, and I don't mind when people are like, what would you look like? Or I think you'd look good. That stuff doesn't bother me. What I can't stand though is when people are like, you should grow your hair long. And I'm like, fuck you. I don't tell you what to do with your face. So that's the only place for me when it gets, and that's with anything, is when someone wants to start getting all, you know, you should do this with the way you look. Great. Well, I'm going to start telling you what to do with the way you look too. And then we'll see how you like it. But beyond that, the face, if you want to do me digitally, anyone out there who wants to make any digital replications of me with long hair, have at it. I have no problem with that. I do not mind seeing myself transformed into any ridiculous shape or form. Just don't start giving me friendly advice to grow my hair longer. You might get a video made about you. Skinny Cecil, yeah, don't do things that people have legitimately done. Like advise me to grow my hair longer so that I will look more feminine, so people will be less confused as to whether I'm gay or not.
Wait.
It really matters for my YouTube career, where I'm not advertising myself as dating, and I'm happily in a relationship with a man who's right behind me. It's really
what happened? What did I miss?
Oh, I haven't even read this one yet.
Do face swap for each of you with Yennefer from Witcher. You could choose if it's pretty or hunchback Yennefer. Oh my god, I want to see us as a hunchback Yennefer. So let me see if I can find it.
Thank you.
Because sometimes it doesn't have everything. Let me see.
Thank you, Skinny Cecil, for the super chat. I love it. But Aldo Bobadilla, I actually made an entire video entitled Am I Gay? I think is what I called it. I made it a couple years ago. So if you really
they don't have videos, they just have like GIFs of it. So here, we'll do the one where she's coming in to show off everything. Let's see. You're going first because your face is loaded.
Oh, hooray.
It'll load. Fucking A. That's the thing with this app. It's like it has the token ones of the day where it's all set and you can like download it. Then there's other ones that are just gifts. Oh, okay. So this is you as Yennefer. It's really fast because it's a gift.
Mm-hmm. I'm finding people with really different shaped noses from me really like make my face look really weird. Like if it's a different nose, it's really that seems to be the weirdest.
It's probably not going to look too different because we have
more similar things.
Oh, it just looks exactly like me.
It does. Oh my god, it does.
It's just me.
It's just taller you.
Yeah, it's taller and like more proportion me.
Anna was an adult. So I just wanted to take you on a journey with me. You know how you always tell me you share certain things with me so I can feel your pain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do one of those to you. Right? It's not gonna be. Don't worry. It's not gonna be nearly as heinous as the Raylo shit you've dropped on my lap. So don't worry. But I want to take you on this journey, okay? If you'll allow me for just a brief moment. And this was a surprise to me too, because living out in LA, you can't escape the billboards and the advertising and all that when they're really going ham on a new show. And thus was the case when The Rookie came out about 2018, I think.
Like it's just me.
It is that, yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah, that's what Anna looks like as Yennefer.
It's just me with black eyeshadow.
And slightly.
Is there one where she's with Henry Cavill? Where's that one?
So, it was impossible to escape the Rookie billboards when they started coming up a few years ago, with Nathan Fillion's face plastered all over it. It seems like a weird.
I found Hunchback Yennefer. Okay, let's let it load. Oh God. You can keep telling your story. I'll hold it up.
Okay. So I was intrigued because I love Nathan Fillion, but it's still weird to me even after his
back me. Oh God.
So it's still weird to me that that Nathan Fillion is this like TV show guy now, because I still think him from Firefly and the weird different offbeat movies he's done and stuff like that. And yeah, he became a household name for a lot of people doing Castle. I get it. That's cool. I'm glad he's had a great career.
Back, Jesse.
Oh my God, you're a monster. But it is a little weird to see him to see this like very pedestrian style cop drama looking thing with Nathan Fillion. I generally think of their shows as like very, very generic, fun to watch, but not really worth talking about or thinking about or spending a lot of time on. So I wanted to give it a shot because I like Nathan Fillion, and the trailer seemed intriguing. He's going to be the oldest rookie because of whatever. Okay, makes sense. Whatever. Jumped into the show, and it was really, really surprising right from the get-go. It was very, very surprising right out the gate. I was surprised not only how much I liked Nathan Fillion on the show, how much I liked the show and all of the other cast. So imagine, Anna, this show starts out ambitiously, right? Because you have an all-star, you have a star. No one else is a known commodity, but already from the first episode, this show seeks to be an ensemble cast with a 6-person core cast, because you have 3 rookies. So it's not just Nathan Fillion, his training officer. You have 3 rookies. You have 3 training officers, and each one of them gets equal time in terms of their story and their journey. So it's very ambitious working an ensemble cast. So we've seen Nathan Fillion have great success with this before with Firefly, and it works. So you have a police station in Midwest.
I've seen this poster everywhere. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
So you've seen this poster ever. You've seen this billboard ever. It looks like a generic cop show that just happens to have Nathan Fillion in it. And then you go and sit down and watch the show, and you start out right away with the 3 rookies. One is Nathan Fillion. One is a young black guy. One is a young part Asian chick. They're TOs. One is a black woman. One is a white guy. One is a Hispanic chick.
Dude, and Nathan Fillion's about to turn 50.
And none of it is weird or uncomfortable at all, because it's okay, Joshua Balls, you're here, and that's what matters. And none of it feels weird out of place, because it's Mid-Wilshire in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is a giant melting pot of a city, as anybody knows. So you're not surprised to see that, and then the chief of police is Hispanic, or the captain is Hispanic at their station, and the sergeant is a black guy. And so all the stuff, though, is like we're used to seeing that. You're used to seeing that smattering of color on police force shows because it's representative of actual police populations in big cities. And so it's not weird or out of place or jarring to have this, but the show also recognized right out the gate that it was giving this fair screen time to all of its characters. It was giving a fair voice to all of its stories, and it didn't need to do more than that. Mm-hmm. It just wrote the stories. It wrote compelling, beautiful stories. Everyone has their things too. You know, one of the characters ends up being gay as well, but it's not a fucking thing. It's the fact that he is gay is never a plot point. You just find out because a guy hits on him, he flirts back, and then they go on a date, and it's treated just like it would be if it was happening between two women. And then the next part, it's the same thing. You know, they treat it like any regular issue, and that's how they tackle the difficult social justice issues in seasons 1 and 2, with tact, but head on. They're not afraid to dance around them or not talk about them because we're not allowed to. And they're not afraid to approach situations with nuance. Nobody is they have little moments. A great moment in the episode we watched today. Officer Bradford, your classic, what you would think of as your stereotypical hard-ass white male, you know, cop character. And instead of making him that and this terrible stereotype, they make him all those things. He's a hard ass. He's the jerk. He's all of these, you know, ways and treats his boot like crap. But he shows absolute utmost respect. He judges everybody. And that without drawing attention or making you think about it, you just watch him in interactions and situations with different people, and he judges every type of person equally and fairly. And that's it. And that's the only kind of justice they need to put on the show, is just showing your good guys, treating everybody equally and fairly, and showing your bad guys occasionally not, but not all the time, because that's not what the show's about. So it took you through 2 seasons of building you on these journeys, of navigating an increasingly difficult social climate, especially when dealing with police, and did it with such grace without ever needing to jump into the conversation. And then it did a great thing in the season 2 to 3 split, where it ignored coronavirus. It didn't put it in the show. A lot of other, you know, current pedestrian, like happening in real life shows, put coronavirus into their new seasons. This one didn't, which lets you know right away, and Isles is the rookie, which lets you know right off the get-go, oh, great, this show doesn't exist in the real world. There's no coronavirus in this universe, in this version of LA. We're not fucking with that. That's going to derail the whole story. So the show has the intelligence in this moment to go, we exist in a fantasy bubble. We don't need to talk about COVID. We don't need to acknowledge COVID. Now, meanwhile, in an episode, what they do throw in is the one-to-one guy, flat earth guy who wanted to build his own rocket and launch himself into space. So they have the intelligence to know what kind of fun pop culture stories to include in here to make it still feel relevant without having to ground it in reality and beat you over the head. So you have real people they acknowledge.
Is this season 1 or season 2 of The Rookie?
1 and 2. This is 1 and 2. And then season 3, all of that stuff with the intelligence of the world and this and that is there, once again, ignoring COVID to let us know that that world isn't real. But all of a sudden, every episode is why the white guys have to apologize for being bad. It's so your 3 core white characters are Nathan Fillion, who, by the way, we watched him entire season 1. The most of season 1 is watching him getting dumped on for being the oldest rookie and having to prove himself time and time again to everybody to the nth degree before people will actually take him seriously. And he does it in so many admirable ways while always being the most gracious, humble character. And then moves into season 2 and starts to get a little bit more involved in, you know, more self-actualized. People take him a little more seriously. He's starting to get some of the respect he's earned, but he never loses that humility, that willingness to learn and be taught by training officers, by people who are older and younger than him. And they play with humor and comedy and farce and a little bit of parody to make jokes about some of the, you know, more touchy subjects. And they did a great job with that. And all of a sudden, for watching this character grow and build over so many seasons and build this beautiful relationship with his TO, his training officer, who was an undercover, you know, something before, and he's helped her rehabilitate her regular life just as much as she's helped him be a better cop. Now, all of a sudden, the only thing that happens between these two in season 3 is she explains to him why he's not woke enough and why everything he's trying to do is bad and wrong and evil, because he's doing it from the approach of being a white man, and white men are bad and evil and need to just listen to other people. And so literally everything he says and does is wrong. And you can watch Nathan Fillion fucking like just shut down. Like, he looks scared in the scenes that he's working with her, because it's like his character is just hunkering down, preparing for the next tongue lashing. It's a bit. That other Bradford guy, we see him in season 1. He goes to a he has this guy that it was on his first year on the force, somebody he saved, who was a victim of a hate crime. He stepped in, he caught the guys who did it and whatnot, but that guy was never the same again. He was traumatized and all this, and he keeps tabs on this guy. He goes and visits this flamboyantly gay man who's totally out of character from what kind of people you'd expect this guy to hang out with, and goes and checks on him constantly to make sure he's okay. No one knows he's hard ass, and no one knows he's the softie. No one can know he's this softie, but that's how they consistently show you this character. Is he's this warm, compassionate guy who puts on this hard, tough exterior and does it, and that's part of who he is. But at the end of the day, is one of the most morally focused characters in the entire show, and always treats people right. Now, they addressed something from episode 1, season 1, in the newest episode of season 3, just to make this character apologize for what could be considered a racially insensitive moment that the writers wrote into season 1.
Did they get new writers?
I don't know. Some maybe, because again, some of the things, it's so bizarre now watching the show, because some of the plot lines, some of the moments are still exactly like you'd expect them to be. That's The Rookie. That's the show you wrote. That's the show you promised me and delivered to me for 2 glorious seasons. And to be built up on something and going, oh my God, here's a show on TV that's doing everything. That's tackling modern issues without picking a side and without judging anybody who's involved with it. Having a diverse cast without shoving your face in it or making anything in the show about the diversity, while simultaneously not ignoring it or belittling it. The show is so amazing. It's so intelligent. It blew my mind week after week, the way it was able to navigate these issues. So then to show up after seeing action sequences, fight sequences, exchanges with victims, different people, all sorts of characters that are all these learning experiences where your characters grow and change and see the world differently. Now, these are fucking conversations in the car, at the water cooler, standing in a hallway where one person, character of color, lectures a white character about how they're not doing enough or why the thing they tried to do that was right was wrong. It's beyond disappointing. Just
a little bit from that description.
It's soul crushing to see something with such promise, something you felt was like, here's the course correction, get flushed down the toilet so quickly when it was already doing everything the show's trying to do now. So like I said, you share your suffering with me. I needed to share mine with you.
I'm sorry. It sounded like it was a good show. I feel bad because I remember you talking about it and being so positive about it. So it's sad.
Seasons 1 and 2 are still so. I'm going through them again right now, actually, because when Jeff moved out here, he jumped in where I was on the show. It was something we didn't even think. I didn't even think he was going to like it. He just would watch it with me when I was watching through the second half of the second season, and then he got really into it too. So now we're going back and watching the old episodes, and it's like this whiplash we get because Monday nights we put on the new episode and we're like, what the actual fuck? And then we go back to watching through the old stuff and we're like, this is a different fucking show. Oh, God damn. Anyway, Borg Pork says, hey, Anna, have you played Smash Bros yet? It would be cool to see you, Jesse, and Jeff go for a few rounds on Twitch.
I have not played Smash Bros. I was actually on Drunk's channel last night and I played some Mario Kart. I'm not getting any better at it. I really like that Zelda game, though. Thank you, Borg Pork. The last one that you sent to me, that one I tried playing it, and I'm like, this is actually a lot of fun. I found that I like more RPG-type games as compared to, competitive games, if that makes sense. I like going on the journey with the characters. But so, this is just me. I posted the little thing, and then I took a screenshot of it. That's just me.
Wow, yeah. Yep. I mean, it looks damn good. But
what it would look like if I had a normal proportion body, though. Like a normal torso, a normal neck, and this is actually kind of closer to my skin tone because my lighting makes me look really pale.
Yeah. As you said, that is definitely. Yep.
Henry.
That's just Anna as a regular person.
Henry, cough.
There you go.
It's okay. I got my sexy peaches.
Okay, Jedi Bunny is recommending Breath of the Wild. She says she's in love with it.
I haven't played that one. It's a different Zelda game, but everyone talks about Breath of the Wild. But I like the one that I've been playing.
Which one are you playing? I don't know.
I cannot remember what it's called, but it's
Breath of the Wild. I think that's the one that Jeff said I would like too. Is that the one where there's like a lot of horses, Kelly? Because if that's the horse one, then that's the one Jeff says I'd like. Breath of the Wild, is that the Zelda one you say I'd like?
It's a great game. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Which is the one with the horses in it that you said I'd like?
Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought. I think that was the one I thought you had mentioned to me that you thought I would like of the ones. But then you like Ocarina of Time or another one?
That and Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I like all the Zelda games where he's an adult, not a kid.
There you go.
I refuse to play any new ones where he's a child.
They
They keep making them, and I just don't buy them.
I don't understand. Like, it doesn't seem like, why would you?
Because he started out as a kid, and here talk about agendas and demographics. The only reason Nintendo made Link cutesy is because the guys who drew it, their wife liked that design, so they stuck with this Wind Waker design for years because the women liked it. Fuck that game. Anybody that wants to fight me, at me. I don't care. I played it. I bought it. Fuck it.
Oh god, that's Anna murder. We have the formula for murdering Anna. Just Henry Cavill just with Grogu.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, just Henry Cavill, little baby Yoda under his arm, you know.
Like one picture of Henry where he's there's multiple where he's holding babies, and I'm just like, I just got pregnant instantly just looking at this picture. I'm like, oh my god. I swear though, like nothing is hotter than like a really attractive man holding a baby. It's like,
I hears you. Andy from the UK says, hello to my two favorite people in the world. Hope you're both well. Miss you both lots. Always thinking you both. Sending all my love to you both. Thank you, Andy.
Miss you too, Andy.
We played a little Halo with Andy on last Friday. We had a good time with that. It was good. And also, and Sweet Pea and Andy and anyone else who went to watch, I apologize. On Monday, we did not end up doing our Monday Twitch stream this week because I was having a great time singing 90s songs for all y'all and did that for 4 fucking hours. So that was great. Oh god, you have a disciple. But thank you, Andy from the UK. We've seen he's been over on Live It as well, having a great time. He and Sweet Pea were bonding over there, so that was exciting. And they're just friends making friends. It's great. And Jedi Bunny, you're going to come play with us sometime soon. Once I finally, Mary was like so cool about reaching out to me to like be like, hey, we want to help you get your OBS shit set up for this. And I've been like, yes, we want this, and then never getting back to her because I'm the worst person ever.
So, look at what somebody made for me, Jesse.
Oh,
I like how it's like the worst picture of both of us, and neither of us are like, I don't even know what the fuck this is from, but we both look like we're dead inside. It's like those fake pictures that you get when you buy a picture frame and it's like the fake family and stuff.
Oh god, yes. Oh god.
But I appreciate the attempt.
Generic stock family.
Mario Kart with a C.
Fucking. Do you remember that whole thing?
Yeah, I do.
The whole that was.
Who doesn't remember that?
Lucky people. That shit was fun when we were doing dumb things like that were happening.
I hate that game with a burning passion. I hate it so much. I was playing it with Drunk and I'm like, I fucking hate this. The only reason why I'm here is because you're my friend. I hate this game so much.
Well, we might have to take advantage of your friendship at some point. We might. Thoughts on Godzilla versus Kong?
I have not seen it, but everyone's losing their mind over that trailer, and I don't know why, but it's probably because I haven't seen it.
Because it looks fun. It looks like it captures the heart of it hits what people are looking for from this movie, which is big, cool-looking monsters rendered well, with neat-looking CGI and indications that they're just going to go ham on each other and there'll be a lot of destruction. So it's an easy pleaser. The nice thing with Godzilla is like the easiest way to please people with it is to just really not try that hard. You go wrong with Godzilla when you try to make it more than what it is. It's fun. It has like, there are allegorical elements to Godzilla. There are deeper levels than just monster destroy city and all that stuff. I mean, the fucking smog monster was one of his. He fought
Jesse,
pollution back in the
one
day.
of your favorite people left a comment on that interview, and Shiny posted a screenshot of it. Do you want to see it?
I do.
Guess who it's from? It's your favorite person.
Oh my God, it's Geek Primax. I didn't realize he was still around. Oh, is he still not punctuating? He's still not punctuating.
He is. I told Shiny, I was like, I think he's got some serious mental issues and he's not very coherent, but I'm like, I had to have him blocked everywhere because he was causing so much problems on my Facebook page. And like, just, he goes out of his way to harass people. It's like nobody would know who he is, but he goes out of his way to, leave very inappropriate, hateful comments.
Sweet Pea, yes, this dude is a troll. Beyond that, like I'm with Anna. I really think he is unstable. Like there's something off with him. He writes these long diatribes on like every video I make. He writes like a long diatribe about how I'm some horrible skank and I'm like the worst woman ever. And I
stream to talk shit about you, I think, but it was called he refers to himself as the R word, and so he called it like the R word stream or something. I remember somebody sent me a screenshot of it and I was like, what on earth? But if you look at his Instagram, which he likes to harass me and Jesse on Instagram, and I had to block him, but it's like creepy pictures of fighter women, but then he hates women unless they are explicit in some way. You can go and do the research for yourself and see, but he was causing so much problems, and I never really look at like comments on my Facebook, but he was like bothering people on my Facebook to the point where people were emailing me screenshots and like, can you block this guy? And I was like, all right.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's weird. It was like, if you hate someone, why do you follow them around to other people's channels?
That to me, I mean, I always say this: the haters and the quality, the lengths that they'll go to hate on you, speaks volumes so much more about them than it does in the people that they're trying to neg on. Like, I don't do that. You don't do that. We don't go follow people around that we dislike, watch all their shit, and then harass them over it. We just casually check in on what Brie Larson's doing and make fun of her for it in a venue where she'll never even hear it or know it even exists.
I only find out about it because I see it going and trending on Twitter, and I'm like, what is this? And
honestly, at this point, it's just like my friends just know I hate her that much that whenever they see her trending or pop up anywhere or anything about her, they just send it to me. They're like, hey, what did Brie Larson do now, Jesse? And I'm like, I don't care. That's my friend texted me that. She's like, why is Brie Larson trending on Twitter? I looked into it. It's because on that taking quizzes video, she took some dumb quiz about you're 10 years old and have an hour of recess. What do you do with your time? And she answered, go to the library and look up WikiHow articles on how to know if I'm gay, which to me is just the loser answer that you say because you're an idiot, and which is on brand and whatnot. But all her fans started freaking out and going, oh my God, Brie Larson must be gay. She's teasing us that she's not. Right now, the most profitable thing to do as a celebrity is to come out. That's like, there's so many fucking woke points attached to that right now. If Brie Larson was even the slightest bit queer, she would have fucking done a fucking PR stint on that shit ages ago. She is just going to tease this crap. I guarantee you'll see this and you'll hear the rumors, and she will feed into it and lean into it, and she will tease this crap as long as she can milk it until finally just someone point blank asks her, are you gay? And she'll say no. Or she'll make up some bullshit answer of, I don't really identify, or it's a spectrum, and blah, 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 and make everyone go, oh my God, she's secretly gay, which is her bullshit way of saying, no, I'm just a basic straight bitch who dates white guys and doesn't want to admit that because you'll all turn against me for it. So that's the kind of shit that I don't like.
She was engaged to like a white man before Captain Marvel, and then they just broke up.
Captain Marvel. But that's my shit. Don't lie to your fans. Don't lie to your fans. Your fans are there for you. They love you. I don't give a shit about Brie Larson, but her fans love her. They adore her. They think her shit don't stank. So that's great. That's fine. That's wonderful. But don't fucking lie to these people. Do not mislead them. Do not. These are the people who want to run around. It's harmful. Stereotype. I mean, this, I mean, that, I mean, whatever. Shit like that is messed up. Like, think of the harm it can do to a vulnerable teenager who looks at Brie Larson as her hero. Oh, this is my hero. Oh my God. And then here's Brie Larson queer baiting her and goes, oh my God, Brie Larson's queer just like me. She understands what it likes to be me. Oh my God, that's so great. And then happens to that this young person's biggest emotional crisis just happens to maybe coincide with the interview where someone finally point blank asks her, and Brie has to cop to the fact that she's dating a white guy again. And this teenager has a massive crisis of faith because Brie lied to her. Brie said she was just like her, but she's not, and she hasn't doubled down or said anything else about being queer, indicated that she's like her. And this child has a huge crisis of faith, and God only knows what the consequences of that is. We've seen it tragically more times than you can count, of children not even having, those kinds of identity crises, being the victims of bullying, the subjects of othering to an extent at school, where young kids come home and take their own lives because whatever. Mm-hmm. So when you're a celebrity, when you have influence, when you have a voice, this is the shit that should occur to you. Obviously we can't live our lives being accountable for everything, all of the effects of our words when we're putting our words out on platforms like these. They have unintended consequences that we will never be able to account for or protect ourselves from or other people from. That said, there are things we can do. There are things we can, and basically being honest, being genuine, being straight with people protects them from the negative ramifications, the negative fallout of being disappointed. Because for better or worse, not every human being out there watching or liking or whatever, there are plenty of people out there who aren't stable and may probably know that about themselves and use celebrities or people that they relate to and identify with as their guideposts, as their anchors to navigate life. And when you have one that it misleads you, especially purposefully, knowing what's important to you and dangles that in front of you and teases the thing that's most important to you, only to take it away from you later because it was never real to begin with. That's a level of cruelty that was unnecessary, that you only did to further your brand, and it shows a complete and total lack of respect for your fans. You want to be cutthroat and hurt people and burn bridges along the way to your stardom, fine. But you do right by your fucking fans. We do. It's not that fucking hard for us to do that shit, and I don't think it's unreasonable to expect people at the top to do the same things. So that's why she pisses me off. Anything to add on that one?
Sorry, no, I'm dealing with something right now, but I think honestly, I think everything you said was spot on with that. And I mean, I could go into it further, but I feel like you kind of said all of the main things on that.
I do a lot of talking. So.
You do, and you do it very eloquently. I feel like I babble so much.
Not at all. You make. I'm just as happy to sit back and listen to you go as when you do it for me. So, that's why this show is fun. So we started before when we were backstage before. I was like, I have no idea what the show is going to be about. And before we started, we were like, oh, we know everything the show is going to be about.
Yep.
I never worry. It's so easy. It's like, oh, are you going to have a problem hanging out with your best friend for a couple hours and having a good time? No. If you do, you probably need a new best friend. So. We're good. We're good though. So we're solid.
Heck yeah. It's just sometimes people are like, oh, how do you find things to talk about? And I'm like, trust me. Shit happens. And you don't even last week we didn't think we would be talking about this week, and then shit happens and it's like, oh my God. It's just when you don't think it could get any worse, it does.
Yeah.
Anna's motivational posters on Instagram really helped me get through shit. I'm right now hustling like crazy, and I've got some really lucrative projects. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys don't know, on my Instagram, I follow a lot of motivational motivational accounts, and I share all of the things that I like in my story. And so, I don't take credit for any of that. I just see it and I share it because I'm on Instagram a lot, compared to any other social media, because I like to look at, art and stuff. But then I was like, you know what? I have to deal with a lot of shit. So how can I keep myself happy and in the right mindset? And so I started following all of these, how to do the hustle. And I don't mean the dance. I mean actual hustling, how to make money, how to stay in a positive mindset, how to deal with all of this kind of bad stuff on social media or stuff trying to hurt you in your real life. And so I found all these motivational accounts and I just share it. And a lot of people, I've gotten a lot of feedback on that. And they're like, wow, like, you know, I was feeling really down until I saw that, like, it helps me. And I'm like, it helps me too. And so I'm glad that I'm able to help people by sharing the things that help me personally.
Yeah. I love that. I've been sharing. I wish I'd taken pictures of all. I was going to buy more of these chocolate bars. These really good chocolate bars we found. They're just a local, like, Mexican chocolate bar, but they all have inspirational quotes from some famous Mexican person on the inside, like different, not just one person, like different, you know, Mexican people who have said inspiring things, and they're awesome. I've shared that one with you, and that one's like my number one go-to. But like all of them have been gems. Every time you read one, it's like, God, that's just what I needed to hear today. Thank you. But I agree with Slick Rick. They should be more honest about cheating fans like Cecil is. I don't have a problem with Cecil. Like, Cecil's upfront about it. You know, I am taking your money and running away with it. So people gave me money and took it and ran away. I mean, like, that's honesty.
It's called cash grab. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
About as transparent as it gets. And that's fine. I don't care. That's why I love Cecil. I don't care what level of human refuse you want to be. If you're upfront about it, I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with that. When Will Gentry made a great point too about things like coaching. You know, it goes beyond just people misrepresenting themselves and misrepresenting what they mean to people, but also goes into the level of when you have that influence on people, you have the influence to steer them into making decisions about their own lives that maybe aren't the ones that they're ready to be making, but they think they are, because you're encouraging them to make big snap decisions about where your morality lies and your ideology lies and your identity lies. When the whole point is that's a very personal thing, and it takes time. You grow and you change over years and years and years. And if anyone's expecting you to define yourself when you're 15, 16, 18 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, if someone's expecting you to define yourself and have all the answers about who you are, what that means at any age, they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's honestly, you know, it comes down to people are so focused what other people are doing with their lives to try to deflect from focusing on themselves in their own life. So if you're so focused on trying to get labels for another person, it's like you should probably be focusing on yourself, in all honesty.
Exactly. That's Chris actually said the exact same thing on the show last night and said it, you know, beautifully, just like you did. Exactly that. It was almost 1-to-1 what he said too, about if that's what you're so focused on and so obsessed with and all that, maybe you need to do a little more work on that. And I don't need to know all this shit. 100%. Cancel Jeremy, absolutely right. He says, I will be severely disappointed if I ever receive cash grab. As will we all. Cancel Jeremy. As will we all. But I think that does it for our topics for today. I had a wonderful time as always. I hope you did as well. And same to you, much to the mindless mob. Oh, wait, we did have a super chat from Russell Hall. I said, let's see that one coming in, but I don't think I pulled it up. So let me go see if I can get that. Here it is. Okay. It says, greetings. Who's running the Jack show tomorrow? Have they found Kelsey yet? Has Cecil got over his healthy living kick?
Cecil is 2 backers away from getting cash grab to 4,000 backers, which means he will drink. Please go and back cash grab so that way Cecil. It's Jack show's on my channel tomorrow. I do not want to deal with sober Cecil. I might go fucking back it twice. I don't want to deal with sober Cecil.
I might go back it again just so we can have drunk Cecil back.
So Jack show is going to be on my channel tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Kelsey is in the swamp, buried in work and drawing stuff. So I don't know if Kelsey is going to be there. Maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell him I'll wear a low cut shirt and he'll show up. That'll be my lure for Kelsey. But maybe. But anyways, yeah, it's gonna be on my channel. Cecil hopefully will be drunk. Go back cash grab.
Go back cash grab. Oh, real quick, since this is up here right now. Let me see if I can pull up his. There we go. So if you guys haven't heard, Mick Frozen Nuggets, who's been an awesome supporter and creator now in the community for a long time, and his channel got struck. He's fighting it, but YouTube denied his appeal initially. So he's made another video on his channel to help explain the situation and try to get some a little more attention. So hopefully YouTube reconsiders. So there's that video down there. If you guys want to check it out, spread the word, give it a share. I don't support. I do not support lack of transparency on YouTube. So definitely go check it out. See what he has to say. If YouTube is not being straight with creators, people need to be talking about it and sharing these things because we get tanked. And our last couple really, and Yakase says, got to drop a super chat before the stream ends. Thank you, my dude. And thank you for getting the shirt. I hope you enjoy your I Like Big Assholes and I Cannot Come shirt. The Zach Blackfire shirt available only on the Mindless Entertainment Teespring. You can also get, I don't know why I'm not posting this up here anymore enough. You can also get my 2020 Sucks t-shirt. So it's a, I survived 2020 and all I got was a stupid t-shirt. So, and Russell Hall says, so is it just the Jack show without a K? Temporarily.
We will see.
Temporarily. All right. So you're going to join Anna over on her channel on the Jack Show tomorrow night. And then anywhere else you're going to be or anything else the people need to know about you.
Go check out the interview over on Shiny's channel. Go check out my art channel, which is the Art of Anna TSWG Studios. I am posting, I'm going to be posting my, let me turn back on my camera. So I've been painting Gina Carano. I've been posting time lapse on my art on my art Twitter and on my art Instagram. We'll make sure that you follow those. If you want to see the whole video, it will be posted on my YouTube channel. So go check that out. I'm going to try to live stream there soon because I want to get it monetized as soon as possible. And I need like 4,000 watch hours and I only have like 240. So
well, I'll get over there and give you some more too because I love the videos you post.
Yeah, so I actually have a lot of art videos that are filmed. I'm just waiting to release them. And so I kind of want it to be where I release like maybe 2 a month. And so it's not going to be a heavy content channel. It'll just be because it takes time to paint and to edit the videos and to do a voiceover for the videos. Because I did for Inktober, I just did music and people were like, no, we like it when you talk. So I was like, I got to find a happy medium. So it's going to be a channel where I post content. It does take a lot of time to do that because each painting takes a minimum of 20 hours. And some of them actually take like over 100 hours. So I already have HK painted. That one, the video is, I got to do a voiceover for it. But so there's going to be content coming. So I already have enough built up. So I have at least like 2 months worth of content. But I need to
keep,
so I just need to get the watch hours up. So make sure you go over and subscribe to my art channel. Let me get the link for it and I can post it in the chat. But yes, I'm trying to get those up. I have enough subs. I just need watch hours on that one. So if you got time, go check out my Inktober videos. This is the link for the channel. I'll go put it in here. So yeah, just go check out my art channel. Go why isn't it pasting? That's weird. Go check out my interview with Shiny. Give him, he had to like edit himself as a 3D person or 3D clone trooper. So he put a lot of work into that. So go show him some love since he's getting spammed by my haters. And yeah, that's about it.
Definitely. Definitely give him some love. Check out new creators, all that wonderful stuff. My brain just like floated off into the next. My mind is like in this spinning cycle, all the shit I need to do. So it's like if I give it a second to rest, if I tune out, I'm in this hamster wheel of the next 5 million things I have to do with my life. So Space Monkey says, so when does Anna go live on Jeff's book? So we have been just making sure we have the color back now for the High Council cover. So that is ready to go. Here is the Stealing Solo, the coming soon email list link. Make sure you're on it because there will be only 24 hours to get the High Council exclusive cover that you saw teased over there. The full campaign will be this for Anna's painted cover. So you will have, months to get that. But that is in there. So make sure you're signed up on the mailing list. The plan right now is in about 2 weeks. So, plan accordingly.
Exciting.
Plan accordingly. But you will get that in that notification when it happens. Make sure you are there. That is all for us, though. That's going to do it for the show. And we had a great time. We love being here. We always do. I feel like I just keep I know there's something I wanted to say, but I can't I don't know, just go subscribe to Shit Pancake. Follow me on Live It. That's the one. And we'll be over there tomorrow and on Friday as well. So that is all. Now, practice makes wrong, and God Empress out.